In this video, I'm gonna tell you how I experienced a Realm Reborn expansion. It's not gonna be too much of fancy edited flashy video. It's just gonna be in a talkative format. The big new change that is coming, and the change is the new game, right? It's always exciting. I believe it's mutual feeling, right? First video is my new story. In this video, I try to capture myself being open to new experiences, open to new game, and my new game is Final Fantasy, of course, right? So this is a quick montage to grab your attention that I'm no longer playing Lineage 2. I am focused on Final Fantasy XIV content. I know that the game itself is a huge one. It's not the game that I can play for a weekend and I can tell you either I like the game or I don't really want to play it no more. It's something that has hundreds of content hours, and in order for me to have a clear vision, clear expression of what game has to offer, I have to dive into it to see it for myself. And if along the journey I feel the need to say, okay, this is something that goes off, I don't like it very much, at that point I'm gonna stop the video. I'm gonna tell you in this channel what was the reason for me to stop playing, but up until that moment happens, I create new videos. I tried capturing that moment, that I'm looking for those new experiences and letting you know that I'm ready to tackle new adventures. 2 videos after goes to show that I found a way to a golden saucer. This was unintentional, and this was very surprising to me as well, that I found the entry to the golden palace, the place that I could go for a gamble and win additional mounts in the game, new cosmetics. This was absolutely new to me. I was not expecting such thing to happen, but it did, and it happened, and it allowed me to make even more of the content within the game. As I can tell you that originally I had the thought that everyone is doing some sort of reaction videos within the YouTube, and I have never done anything like it myself, and had the thought where, okay, I'm gonna log into the game, I'm gonna do a random quest, I'm gonna comment on the random quest. It was quite a challenging thing. It so happened that I stumbled across the golden saucer quest, and this random quest that I decided to take led me to the big place. I made 2 videos about it. So first video is me finding the way and giving a honest and a very heavy montaged and edited reaction of it. It was very surprising that such thing exists, and I believe I expressed that through video edits quite good. Leave your opinion, of course, if you think otherwise. Yeah, and the second video about it is I saw it's a huge place. I can't really go into very specifics or just cut very specific pieces of the place, as it wouldn't be fair, I believe, to you if you're trying to see what's in there. But again, if I'm not sure if this is for everyone, therefore I tried my new style of editing, new style of filming my reactions. It's quite a long content to watch. However, I believe it's still worth to watch, and if you haven't experienced it or haven't seen anything like it, I'm giving you a hint and my expressions of how I see the game and how I see the place itself. As I certainly know that you can find a lot of guides on the internet that gonna show if you go to point E, you're gonna get the item and you're gonna get some sort of results, very strictly. But if you want to experience the journey, if you want to see objects along the way, if you want to know the path, the feeling of it, you don't actually need to spend any money. You can just watch the video the way I go through the stuff and make up your own mind. Either you want to experience it or no, you don't. As in other videos, you can't really see that sort of resemblance or that sort of expression. So I'm giving you your own thoughts, your own ideas. Second video is the Instagram. Every single day I go to Instagram, like a couple of pictures, a couple of reels, as the community there is very strict and very supportive. If you add anything regards to Final Fantasy XIV, they're gonna like you for it, they're gonna comment on your content, so all good, really. From the start of the video, I had, I believe, a couple of Instagram followers, but after that video went live, I have over 100 now, so yeah, strangely this goes up quite rapidly as YouTube subscribers does as well. So thank you guys for subscribing and following me on both of the platforms. Nevertheless, Instagram, if you haven't seen it, I do encourage you, go watch it for yourself. The video itself is just tip of the iceberg. I believe this is something for you on your own to experience and see what kind of content there is, as there's various content from not safe for work content to kids cute and playing with snowballs if it's Christmas, or sexy rabbits, or I don't need to go into very details. It's very obvious that it's a unique thing. Yeah, after making this video, I thought, okay, I need to make something more open, more honest, and it so happened I had free weekends to myself, so I had my place. I had the ability to make a sort of a set to myself, so I placed myself on a chair, opened up a bed sheets, and yeah, I thought of making a green screen. Later on I decided, I noticed and I understood that I can't really cut away the background so easily, as it's not singular color, it's multiple colors. Therefore my green screen went from green screen into more of a solid background. So I ended up keeping it, keeping such a retro vibe, but nevertheless still expressing my thoughts, opinions about the game, and why I choose to stay playing as a tank in Final Fantasy game, and why I love it. And I even share in the video that what kind of thoughts when I compare the game to other games while playing as a tank. As on other games there's a lot of pressure, but in Final Fantasy you are more of you're more embraced playing as a tank, rather than being discouraged to continue playing based off your mistakes that you make along the way. I got the call and I was requested to make a music video clip for the song that I didn't really like that much, but at the same time I thought, okay, I declined that offer, but what if I make my own clip? And at the time, at that during day, I really felt for a song that's Fleetwood Mac, The Chain. I'm not gonna play the song as it is very copyrighted. Made the clip as a personal achievement for myself, as I always wanted to make a clip for a music video, but I never really had the time, or I never really had the motivation to do so. And I always thought that I could do such a thing, but I never had a way to show that I can do it. So this was a very quick edit of a combination of my own captured footage and the cinematic footage that blends together and tries aligning with the song itself, and I managed to do it. Even though it's not a huge success of the video, nevertheless, it's I have learned a lot. One of the lessons that I learned after this video was released is people rarely listen to old songs. So if I wished to get more views, more of you entertained or liked the video, I would have picked a better song. But hey, it happened. I made the clip. I can't really undo the clip now, so it's within the channel, it's within this playlist. So yeah, if you haven't watched it, please watch it. If you haven't watched it, you can watch it, but it's up to you. It's my expression of creation. I somehow thought, after airing the first video of me playing as a tank and why I love playing as a tank, I think this was a very strict and narrow field that I locked myself into. And I thought, like, I can't really allow this to happen and allow myself being locked into certain genre, certain role, certain something, right? I like to be free, like a peacock, yeah. So I said, okay, I never made a guide. I'm gonna make a guide about the game, about Final Fantasy, the way I see the game play, the way I see the game can express itself, and how I see the game could be a fit for anyone that decides to play the game. From points that I see the most relevant to the points that are less relevant within the game. And most of the questions that I get asked, or questions that I personally have always questioned or felt the need that I need to know before jumping into any sort of game. So there's a lot of points. I don't really remember how many, but I think I'm gonna place the number on the screen. But yeah, I enjoyed making it, even though I believe, of course, after end. Do you get the thing where you finish the thing, and after you finish the thing, then you think like, damn, I wish I could have done this, or I missed one thing, or I forgot to add one additional thing. But when you're making it, when you're on the dopamine of finalizing your product, you miss a thing or two, and you try to fix those things along the way on the next video. So each and every product that I personally try to produce is something that is not towards me and what I have felt, but towards you, towards the audience, and what kind of expression I wish to show you that you would enjoy watching. So it's not only about me wanting to grab your attention, it's more of you giving me opportunity to watch the content, and I'm appreciating this opportunity and trying to give you what I think you want to see. This is why I tried to capture. And even though I enjoyed Final Fantasy XIV Online, even though I enjoyed playing through the first expansion, I have never dived into lore and dived into cutscenes. But the final cutscene of the game, that even when going through the very final questline, asked me, do I wish to watch the cutscene? And it automatically asks me, do I have a sufficient time dedicated to watch the cutscenes? And I thought, whoa, this is new, this is interesting. All right, I set myself some time, I made a couple of cups of tea, and I watched the cinematic. There was 2 cinematics. I loved both of them. So I loved both of them so much that I decided, okay, I heard that everyone loves Final Fantasy lore. I know that everyone likes Final Fantasy XIV. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna film myself watching the lore and capture the footage of my expression, how much I enjoyed watching the cinematic, watching the lore, and all of the cutscenes that I skipped, and all of the expressions that I certainly believed that when I will be watching the cinematic, the journey, the recap, right? I will have different expressions along the way, and for me to fully understand, I would need to stop it, rethink it, and comment on things that are going on. I know that Asmongold is doing such a thing, other YouTubers are doing that as well. So this is something that this is very common. So stop, think, talk. Watch, stop, think, talk, right? And I noticed that information is very, very intensive. The clip and the YouTuber was recommended to me, so I have nothing but utmost respect for the person who made such a video, as other videos was hours or several hours long, and the guy made a shorter version that was, well, it was at the time appealing to me. So I watched the video, and from the whole video, the only fun parts that I personally could understand that are fun was the very end cinematics that I watched, and I watched from within the game. So it was not even a recap explanation, as it was very straightforward, where the queen was poisoned and I was blamed, so everything twisted, and from hero I was my fate was twisted as a hero of light, of warrior of light, sorry. So I understood that part, but everything that happened before that, it was so heavy, intensive information that I just went blank, and it's too much info. And the clip of me yawning for 1 minute, it's not me hating the game, it's me showing you that recaps, and if you place a lot of info in certain period, well, you're gonna get one of 2 reactions. Either the person is gonna click away, or that's my reaction. So I believe if person is already familiar with the story, has read all of the dialogues, he's gonna love it and say, oh yeah, that's a good point, I totally forgot about it. But for me, the person that has never watched any sort of cinematic besides the end cinematic of the first expansion, this was very overwhelming, it was very complicated, and if I would do the very same thing again, I would get the very same result, as I did not understand that thing. But it doesn't discourage me from playing the game furthermore and going on with the next expansion that I wish to do. So yeah, overall, so basically that's it. If you watched this video thus far, I think you can subscribe. I will be adding more of a commentary videos like these more. I think as always, I will be trying new approaches for the videos. I am not tying myself to Final Fantasy XIV only. I'm tying myself to the entertainment of you, viewer, as well as myself as a creator. So every feedback, thank you so much. All of the comments, I do appreciate it. If you wish to subscribe, please do. If you wish to like or dislike, thank you so much for reacting. One way or another, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.